Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rox and I am coming to you today with the 11th installment of Black Girls on Television. You guys, I'm off today. My girlfriend Debbie came into town and it is my goddaughter's 16th birthday this weekend. Actually, her birthday is tomorrow, so this is a special shout out to my Allie, Alyssa, turning 16. I love you. Y'all wish her a happy birthday. So we are going to be spending this weekend, Allie and my daughter Jada and me and my best friend Debbie, and we are going to be having a good weekend. So that's why I was like, I'm not going to work today and I'm going to take, we don't do this video early, you guys, and thank goodness that Empire didn't come on this week, so I only got to get through Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. You guys notice that as these videos go along, like Empire will be really good, then Scandal get a little shaky, and by the time I get to How to Get Away with Murder, I'll be so fucking tired, you guys. So I was like, let me make sure that I have everything together here. This video won't be as long as usual. So that all being said, you guys, let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so Scandal. Oh my God, this is the only show that kind of makes me irritated, but I feel like I gotta watch anyway. I'm telling you, Olivia, she is about to wear my fucking nerves all the way down. Like, I was watching that episode last night and I just watched it again with Debbie, and I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? Oh my God. Let me start, let me get back in order here. So the show opens with Mellie going on to the stand. Okay, they're going to question her about Fitz and Olivia's relationship. Okay, now she had already kind of talked with the committee ahead of time, and they had provided her with questions that they're going to ask her. They looked all pretty much routine. They told her that she can always use the option of saying, I do not recall, but she said she's not going to do that because that's pretty much saying that you're guilty. So they get her on the stand. They ask her, did she know anything about Olivia and Fitz's relationship? She says no, she did not. She wished she knew, but she didn't. That's when one of the committee ladies look over at the guy and just like, oh, we got this bitch now. Olivia's watching at home. She's like, oh my God, they're about to sandbag her. They say that they got a testament from Janine Locke that morning. Well, they have Mellie read out what it says. And you guys remember Janine Locke, she was the girl that they pinned this relationship that Fitz was supposed to be having an affair back at the very beginning of the Scandal show. You guys were watching it back then. Olivia and Fitz were about to be caught. They pinned this relationship on some, little intern. So anyway, Janine Locke says that she was just about to go on TV to say that she wasn't really having an affair with Fitz, and then Mellie approached her and said, you might as well go on and say that you did it. I'll give you $2 million. I mean, they're gonna, they're going to demonize you anyway. You might as well profit from it. So the girl took the $2 million and ran, but she ain't ran too far. Now it's just sort of like, oh, everybody is like, oh my God, you just sat there and lied. Now Mellie is like, I don't recall. Okay, so it's a fucking mess. Cyrus and Fitz, they're trying to figure out how they can get through this. The fixer that's working with Fitz, she's just like, you know what? Nobody told me about this damn Janine Locke. We're going to change this whole approach. You don't cooperate with the committee. We're going to induct your executive privilege and you're not going to testify. So Fitz is like, that's fine for me, but what about Olivia? Now, Olivia can't induct no damn executive privilege, even though you would think that the bitch can, considering she thinks she run everything fucking around Washington, D.C. Don't she get on your fucking nerves? Anyway, you guys, we skip over to Eli. Okay, he's in jail. He's talking to Jake's wife. He's telling her she did a good job. So then you think like, oh, okay, they are working together. They're trying to come up with an escape route, an escape plan for him to get out of jail. So I guess she sets it up that he's supposed to meet with some guard. The guard is showing him how he's going to get out of the jail. And next thing you know, the guard attacks him. Eli was like, bitch, I might be old, but I still got it in me, okay? He fucks the guard up. He kills him. I believe he kills him. Chokes him out, was just like, nigga, you ain't got me today. Eli is okay. However, now he knows he needs to get out of jail. They call Jake because I guess Jake is on the contact list for Mr. Eli. And when Jake goes down there to the jail to find out what's going on with Mr. Eli, they said, well, he doesn't have many visitors. Actually, you're the second one today. First one, do you know an Elise, whatever the girl's last name? And Jake is like, ain't that about a bitch? That's my girl. So he go on home and she's searching around for something, and he's like, you looking for this? And he got a gun on her, and she's like, I am. He points it at her like, what the hell, why you going down there to talk to Eli? They call him Rowan. Are you working for him? And she says, no, I'm not working for him. I'm working for the people that's trying to kill him. Wouldn't the world be a better place without a Rowan or an Eli Pope Daddy Pope, whatever you prefer to call him. Now let's get back to Olivia and this testifying that she got to do. So she's meeting up with the gladiators, okay? Abby is there, Quinn is there, Huck is there, okay? It's almost like the old gang is back. They're trying to go over the testimony that they're going to give to this committee. You guys don't lie, okay? But really listen to the question and answer it. Do you know who came up with the plan to coerce Janine Locke? None of them really do know who came with the plan, so they all answer, no, we don't know. Did you leak the video of Janine Locke to the public? They each say, no, they did not, okay, because it is actually true. They did not leak the video. When they ask them who leaked the video, they tell them Harrison. The committee is just like, oh, so it's just awfully convenient that the person that is no longer with us is the person who did it. Well, that's the truth. So they feel good about their answers. They know they didn't lie. Okay, we real technical, but you know what? We still didn't lie. Okay, so next we got to figure out Olivia's plan. They want Olivia to get married to Fitz because if she marries him, then they couldn't force her to testify against her husband. Of course, Olivia doesn't want to do this. She's saying Janine Locke is not going to be their downfall. There's got to be another way. Cyrus is like, listen, you saw what they did to Melly. They're going to do even worse to you. You cannot get on that stand. You know, Cyrus is trying to drive it home that you need to do this. Here go Olivia over there pouting. Okay, and then Fitz is like, okay, Cyrus, that's enough. My baby say she don't want to do it. We gonna do it another way. I said, oh, here we go. Olivia's trying to figure out another way out of this mess. She calls Jake her knight in shining armor, okay? And Jake ain't with the bullshit today. She was like, you know, could I get married? And he was just like, I know you ain't calling me, asking me, could you marry this man? Don't call me with this shit no more. I'm hanging up. Again, Olivia's trying to figure it out. She's talking to Abby. She's in the bedroom of the president. And, you know, Abby is just amazed with all that's going on here and how she could just sit there and just think about all of the people that's been in the room that slept in there. Olivia's unfazed because all she can think about is if she's supposed to marry Fitz. She tells Abby, if I marry him, then I don't have to testify. Abby is like, would you marry him? She was just like, well, you know, I don't really want to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to get on that stage and I'm going to lie. Abby was like, you know, you can't lie. Okay. She was like, well, I guess I'm going to marry the motherfucker then. But, you know, Olivia is still not sure what she wants to do because that's what Olivia is. She's never fucking sure of nothing. Now, Eli is trying to get his ass out of jail. You know, he felt pretty safe tucked away there. He knew he was going to have to get out eventually, but he didn't know that everybody was going to be trying to kill him, okay? So he's sort of feeling like he's locked in his cage. He's got to get away. He calls Quinn. Quinn goes down there and says she ain't helping him at all. She get on my damn nerves too. And side note, why does fucking Olivia still live in that damn place? Really? This bitch makes all kind of money. She is in this damn place where she got kidnapped from. Half of the world knows where she lives. She can't even replace the damn cushion where she spilled the wine where they... I mean, it's too many bad memories in it. What the fuck is she still in this place for? I guess it's supposed to show that she's so preoccupied with everything else that she hasn't even thought to do these things. But she's such a control freak to me. I just couldn't imagine that she would still even be there. That's another unrealistic... Y'all, Shonda be doing it to us, I promise you. Anyway, Quinn asked her, are you going to marry the president? You know, Olivia don't know. Okay, well, Quinn's like, well, I do kind of have an idea how you can get out of this mess. Okay, next thing you know, here go Olivia. She's shuffling into the hospital where, the hospital jail where her dad is, okay, and he's just trying to convince her that somebody's trying to kill him and he's got to get out of there. Of course, she doesn't want to help him. He tells her, well, you know what? I got a whole bunch of shit on that committee. If you get me out of here, I can get you out of this entire mess. Letting you know I can fix this for you. Now she's got a problem because she wants all this to go away. However, she doesn't want to work with the devil anymore. But she doesn't really have a choice. She goes and she meets with Melly in the underground, wherever the fuck. She's telling Melly she could get her out of this mess. All she has to do is let this man out of jail. He's in Virginia. That is where Melly is the senator, remember? Melly is just like, I can't do nothing. Don't you know I'm fixing to be out of a job? I'm out of a career. I'm out of a marriage. I'm out of this house. I am out of everything thanks to you. Now you up here to ask me, you know, to help you out? She said, yeah, you can make this work. Okay, just let old boy out of jail. She shows him the file and, you know, Melly is just like, absolutely not. This is Damascus. What was his name? Bainbridge. And he's the one that killed all those jurors. Olivia's like, no, that's not Damascus. That's Eli Pope. That's my dad. At first I was just like, now why don't Melly know this? Then I started thinking back like, you know what? Melly never really did have any contact with him other than when he set her up for that stuff. So then I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, they kept that one real tight. So she's now, you know, Melly is just taken aback, like, that's your father? Like, oh my God, I should have realized that you guys are both evil. Even though I don't understand, did she not see this whole CNN expose that they had on Olivia just a couple of weeks ago? So that was the only loose end. Like, Melly, I guess she didn't see it. Seemed like if you was obsessed with all that was going on with your husband, that you would have been and seen what they put out on Olivia. But Melly just comes to this realization, like, oh my God, so that is the reason why he singled me out. He's trying to help his wonderful daughter and all of the things that she's trying to do. This is why Fitz put me out, so you guys can be in this house together. Bitch, fuck you. I ain't working with your ass. You take this file and you get the fuck up out my face. Olivia is looking at her with this look on her face, and then all of a sudden Olivia tells her that her father was responsible for killing her son. And I said, for the life of me, I'm gonna need you guys to explain to me why she did that. Like, why did she tell Melly? If you want her to help you, why are you telling her that this is the man that killed her? I mean, I ain't really trying to let it out, but I'm sure it's something that I ain't thought about. Melly, she has this whole hyperventilating. She like goes over to the wall. Like, I just, oh my God, okay? If I was Melly, I'd have jumped on that bitch. That we'd have been two real well-dressed bitches fighting in the middle of that tunnel. I mean, are you really gonna tell me that and then walk away? I skipped a part, you guys. I forgot to tell you about the romantical night that the president set up for Olivia. He is going to ask her to marry him. It's candles everywhere. It's rose petals, okay? It's Aretha Franklin playing in the background. Ain't no way. He's got his tuxedo on and he is ready. He's trying to give her this whole speech. And you know, Olivia with that face, you know, get up, Fitz. And he was just like, what? I thought this is what you wanted. She said, this is not what I want. I said, bitch, if it wasn't what you want, then why the hell did you say anything? Y'all could have just carried on the affair with nobody knowing. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my God, she was wearing me out, you guys. And he was just like, you think I want this shit? I should be down in the damn situation room working on some real shit that's going in the world. And instead, I'm up here having my secretary find some damn antique ring Betsy Ross wore so I can get up here with all this song and dance and ask your ass to marry me. And you telling me you don't even want this. What the hell do you want? She was like, I don't want a fairy tale. I don't want it, you know. I was just like, this bitch just wants to be in an affair. Okay, you just want this. You want the forbidden fruit. Okay, but when you peel the damn skin off and you get to the meat of it, that shit ain't as sweet as it used to be, right? So she just like, I don't want this. You know, he was just like, well, you don't know what you want. You saying you're not ready now, you not gonna never be ready, are you? Okay, she just looking at him with all these expressions. I said, bitch, if I could slap the damn look off your face, I would. So he walk off like, bitch, I don't know what else to do with you. But after, you know, she had that meeting with Melly, okay, and then she and Fitz are in bed. It's all this tension. She says, well, let me see the ring. She puts it on and she said, okay, we gonna do this. We gonna get married and we don't want no big official wedding. I'm keeping my last name. We're just gonna do it in the office and let that be that. Okay, he said, okay. That's all he ever wanted anyway. So now we just got to get this divorce finalized. You know, when Melly and Fitz sit down, try to figure out custody. Okay, he had a girl half of the year. She has the girl the other half of the year. She gets Teddy full time. Fuck you. Okay, I'm going to get to see the baby that's in the grave on Saturdays without you around. And I get to control this foundation, seeing as if I don't have a damn job no more. Okay, and you get to go and marry your damn hoe. Fitz is just like, well, sign the damn papers. He gets on my fucking nerves too. He can be so different with Olivia. I mean, I guess it's what happens when people get into divorces and, you know, you think that these people once loved each other and now they just at each other's neck. But still, Fitz is just, he is a piece of fucking work. Okay, so after she signs it, she's just kind of looking at him and he was like, well, what else do you want? She was just like, you know what, motherfucker, no, I don't want nothing. Okay, so when she's walking out, he says under his breath because there's nothing else to take. And she turns around, she's like, what the fuck you say to me? Let me tell you damn something. Anything and everything that has happened around here is because of you. Of course, Fitz don't see it that way. So she has to break it on down to him. And break it on down she did. Everything that has happened is because I was trying to protect you. You are the common denominator here. I am so mad that you even met that bitch and that she came in. But not even only that. I'm mad that I even met you. That I even had babies with you. That I sat and was forced to deal with you and your stupid ass, nasty ass, raping ass daddy. That bitch said I supported supported you in your pathetic mediocrity. I said, motherfucker, I am gonna hold on to that, okay? And made sure that you became this damn president. You ain't got it in you, motherfucker. I'm the reason why you up in here. Okay, so you gonna sit up here and say that I've taken everything from you? He gonna say that she was the reason why the impeachment happened. Yes, can we go all the way back to the reason why this is happening to begin with? Your damn girlfriend is the one that got on TV and said that she was having the affair. It's sort of like all this shit was forced on Melly. It's so funny. People keep getting into these conversations in my comments about, you know, whether or not Melly isn't innocent in all this either. And nobody is saying that Melly is innocent. But people don't want to remember that everybody's whole focus was trying to get Fitz to the presidency. They wanted him to be there. So they all sacrificed for Fitz. His motherfucking stupid ass didn't even know what was going on. You know, they were the ones. Remember, it was Melly, it was Olivia, it was Cyrus, and it was, you know, the guy, the Texas man, and all of them. So, you know, they were all trying to get him there. Fitz is always the reason why people do what they do. So for Fitz to just be like, well, you got blood on your hands. Motherfucker, you shot down a goddamn plane trying to kill one person. Oh, I was just like, he is so fucking much. I was so ready for somebody to hit his ass. But when that bitch pulled out that pathetic mediocrity, I said, bitch, you better say that. Because don't no man want to hear that they just mediocre. So anyway, let me just wrap it up. They gonna get married, okay? Olivia looks really, really pretty in her white outfit, okay? And she's in the room and everybody's getting her prepared, telling her what's going to happen now that she's the wife. She's got to do this. She's got to do that. They're going to change her phone, okay? Right when she's pulling out her own personal phone, it rings. And it's somebody says, please hold for the Senator Grant. So she looks up. She's startled. She walks out, she goes down to the tunnel, and she sees Melly, and Melly was like, bitch, all this time I've been hating you, I've been mad at you, but I just realized you are my freedom, you are my savior, bitch. You gonna make me the president of the United States. I gave you what you wanted, now you gonna give me what I want. She's smiling at her, Olivia's looking all startled. All of a sudden you see Eli walk up with the old secret agent guy. What was his name? You guys know who I'm talking about. They walk up together, and now you see that Melly is working with Eli Pope. I guess Melly said, bitch, if I'm gonna dance with the devil, then I'm really gonna get into the groove of it. In the meantime, we look at the committee. They're wondering when Olivia is gonna come in there to testify. She doesn't show up, of course, because she's down there talking to Melly. She's taking all her clothes off. We realize that that probably means that she's not going to marry Fitz. Abby goes and gives her ring, the Betsy Ross ring, back to Fitz, and just kind of looks like, look, I don't really know what's what. We see the committee. They all get envelopes. They open the envelopes, and it's all this just death and damnation, all the shit that they've done. Okay, so everybody's looking around like, oh my God. Eli has put out the business on every single one of them. Okay, so all of a sudden, half of them decide that they're going to drop this whole thing. They're not going to impeach the president no more. Okay, so yeah, you guys, I really, really hope that we start to see Melly win. Okay, we done been through 5 seasons of this shit. I'm not saying that she got to be, you know, everything got to be perfect for her. Okay, but I just want her to not just be always in the shadow of Olivia and fucking Fitz, you guys. So yeah, it was a love-hate thing last night. What did you guys think? So anyway, you guys, How to Get Away with Murder. Okay, it starts off with, of course, Annalise being rushed to the hospital. That seems to be where they're going to start every week. We see Frank. He's all frantic. Is she going to make it? Is she going to make it? You know, they're telling him, you know, you can't come back here. They're trying to get control of Frank. They tell him, they put him out the room and say, you know what, go on. We're going to let you know later. Frank, with all that franticism, is that a word? Franticism? When he gets out the room and actually goes outside back to his car, he's just as cool as a cucumber. So now we see that that was definitely just an act, that he has to look really concerned. So now we feel like there might be something going on with Frank and Annalise's death. Or not death, but the shot in the stomach. Then it skips to 2 weeks earlier. Frank is seeing the white Latina. Okay, you guys about to kill me with whether or not this child is Mexican or white or Hispanic or Latina, whatever it is. The white Latina. I was really gonna know everybody's names today, you guys, but I'm sorry. They in the bed, they having a good time. You know, when he gets up to go take a shower, she try to go through his shit because she's still trying to figure out if he knows anything about this whole Rebecca case and whether or not Rebecca is alive or dead. And then when we jump to the gay guy and his boyfriend, you know, the boyfriend wants to know exactly what's going on as well, but the gay guy feels like he can't tell him just now. He still wants to protect him. Basically, everybody is still just running crazy behind this shit, okay? They go to class. Michaela, I do remember her name, she bumps into Wes. I remember his name. And the white Latina was like, look, Wes, you not fixing to stress us the hell out. This shit, you had me going through Frank's mess today, okay? And I ain't find nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with it, okay? Michaela's just like, you the whole reason why we all crazy. Drop this shit, I'ma kill you my damn self. Annalise walks in class, okay, her regular unbothered self. She picks out Asher. She asks him a question. Asher can't concentrate because he's remembering the video that Annalise showed him of Bonnie supposedly being raped by the dad. Still not sure if that's really Bonnie. He can't take it, but he's just like, why do you have this? She said, don't worry about why I have it. Just do you have that shit locked in your brain so you don't go tell nobody? And Asher, we can tell by the look on his face that he is willing to protect Bonnie. And then Annalise is slick. She throws in it because you guys love each other and you protect each other, right? And I guess he was just like, right. So Annalise sit down with Bonnie and was just like, girl, you worked it out. It's good. He's not going to say nothing. Bonnie is like, that doesn't make sense. The way he was the other day, he was adamant he was going to talk. And she was just like, no, he ain't going to say nothing. Girl, you so used to me being such a bitch to you and acting like you ain't got no damn sense, don't know what you're doing, and always telling you that you wrong and you're dumb and you're stupid. But this time you did good, girl. Bonnie was just like, I don't know, that don't make sense. But, you know, she know Annalise like I do, bitch, just leave it alone. When Annalise was talking to Asher, he told her about this case that we still don't know exactly what it is, but the reason why he made the deal with Sinclair, the prosecutor, was because, isn't it funny that I remember her name? She ain't even a main character. But he had made this deal with her to pressure him to, you know, to testify against Annalise. So now that Annalise knows that, she goes and talks to the prosecutor and was just like, you know what, I'm going to put it out there that you are, you know, trying to coerce my client. Okay, now Asher is now, she's representing Asher. So she was just like, so you go on and do what you want to do. I'm going to tell everybody that, you know, you trying to attack me. Okay, we're going to throw a little racism up in there. You know us black people show like a good racism case. Sinclair realizes that this ain't the way she want to go. She was like, but you know what, bitch, I'm still going to beat your ass in court. Now, Annalise goes back to her place. She's trying to, you know, just pump the kids up about Caleb and the Asian girl. Okay, we got to give them our best. The phone rings. Bonnie is trying to tell Annalise to come answer it. Annalise don't want to be bothered. It's Professor Hartford. When we first see Professor Hartford, I was like, oh, do anybody know that Professor Hartford is because I knew she was transgender right there, but I was just like, now did Shonda know? Are they trying to pull the wool over our eyes? Okay, we find out that Professor Hartford then killed her husband. Annalise tells her, you know what, call the police. I'm gonna be over there in a minute. Don't say nothing to nobody. So Annalise rushes over to the house. The professor, she's upset that, you know, her husband, he was trying to attack her, so she went on ahead and killed him. The police are walking around, you know, Annalise is like, they contaminating the scene. He don't have on gloves. He's walking through the place, this, that, and the other. You know, she's checking out the scene. She realizes that the phone is pulled out, the phone cord is pulled out the wall. She's talking to Bonnie on the phone, and she's like, Bonnie, when Professor Hartford called me, did she call from her cell? Did she call from her house phone? And Bonnie was like, she called from the house phone. So now Annalise is just like, now it looks like you might have set up this whole scene here, because why would the cord be out the wall after she already talked to Annalise on the phone? So now Annalise is knowing that she created this scene. Okay, so she sits down with Professor Hartford and was like, you did this right now. You told me that he was attacking you. But I can tell that you set this shit up. Professor Hartford was like, he was attacking me while she was trying to explain to Annalise. Then the police come up and was just like, what is this? Okay, it's an old driver's license of when Professor Hartford was a he. He's like, well, did your husband know about this? And she was just like, I mean, we can all look at the lady and tell that she was not quite all the way over into her transgenderedness. But when Annalise talks to the lady, and the lady said, yes, he knew that I was transgendered. I mean, we husband and wife, you know, so yeah, he knew. I told him a long time ago. Okay, so that ain't the reason why he tried to kill me. He been beating my ass for all this time. I've been protecting him. I've been covering it up. I didn't want people to know. So that is the case now that Annalise is working on. Now let's get back to the kids. The kids are trying to figure out, you know, some different angles with the adopted Caleb and the Asian girl. They are at the house and they're just talking about, you know, who might have been trying to get this money, trying to get this butt. Like Stevie say. Anyway, so they're going over some things. You know, the kids are out the room. They're talking about it. The gay guy is trying to convince Michaela that she need to go on and hook up with the black guy. And then they just sort of talk about how they just feel like maybe these two might be guilty. Everybody but Michaela. Michaela was the only one that was trying to protect them. They're trying to find out if the natural parents of these adopted couples would be, you know, able to get the inherited money for these kids if they was arrested, gone to jail, whatever. But while they talking about them, they realize that they getting recorded by the Asian girl. Okay, and there's nothing that they can do. But now the Asian girl sees, like, you know, you was talking about me. Well, we got y'all number now. Now we know that our own defense lawyers don't believe in us. So I guess the adopted kids call Annalise and let her know what's going on. So now Annalise is pissed. Okay, when she gets back, she's fussing at the kids. She calls them garbage. I said, boy, that Annalise sure can say some shit, can't she? Oh, mean ass bitch. Annalise already ain't in a good mood. She now knows that her friend, the professor, then killed the husband, and she got to try to figure this out. Okay, Frank comes home and tells her that Nate's wife is dead. Now she's just like, oh my God. She gets in the kitchen real fast, honey, and she whoop up a damn peach cobbler. Take it over to his house. She's just like, you know, Nate, open up, you know, I got something for you. He don't answer the door. Okay, she go on and put a little peach cobbler down on the floor and leave it there for him and leaves away. Okay, so yeah, Nate is depressed. His girl is gone. Now the kids, as they're still trying to, you know, figure out what's going on with this case, you know, Wes, he's still looking around, eyes darting, nervous and everything. And everybody's just like, you know, you the fucking reason why we so damn paranoid. Just cut it out, will you? The white Latina, she was just like, you know what, all this we going through, let's just go ask Frank. Okay, we can just ask him, did he kill Rebecca? And that'll put all of this to bed. So they go up to him and they ask him, did you kill Rebecca? Because we know about this money in this shed. He said, look, I already knew y'all went to the shed. You don't think that my homeboy was going to tell me that you guys came down there sniffing around? That's hush money for Rebecca. If the bitch ever shows back up, we going to go on and pay her off so she don't say nothing. But you guys all thinking that I killed. No, I ain't killed the girl. Okay, so it's a done deal. Quit talking to me about it. While they talking to Frank, the door, somebody's a knock at the door. It's a student. Okay, she comes in with this whole story about how she saw Professor Hartford fighting in the car with her husband one time. But Annalise sees right through that. She goes talk to Professor Hartford at the jail and is like, look, this ain't gonna work. You can't just be sending me any old student from, you know, out the blues, basically lying for you. But Annalise comes up with an idea from all of this. So she goes to the DA that's handling the case, and she was just like, I'm gonna need you to drop this case or else I'm gonna make it a hate crime case. And he was just like, it's not a hate crime case. And she was like, yes it is. And they were like, no ma'am, it's not. Okay, as a matter of fact, we got proof that Professor Hart called you before she called the police. Annalise was like, you can call your lawyer before you call the police, ain't no crime in that. And they was like, yeah, but you talked to her for 2 minutes. Okay, so that's proof right there that maybe you coached her into creating this scene. Okay, so what we gonna do is we gonna charge her ass for a murder, and then we gonna charge you for accessory to the crime after the fact. So that ain't good news for Annalise either. She get back to the damn house. Asher is all over her about how a reporter, you know, is asking, trying to sniff around about his unknown case that we don't know yet about. And, you know, now Annalise knows she got to do some grown-up things here. Okay, so she tell Bonnie, go find all the dirt that you can on his damn daddy. Even though I said I wouldn't do this, we're going to have to call in some favors right now. So, of course, they find all the dirt on him. She goes to the DA and she presents it, okay, and tells the DA that he's got some tie-ins with this damn daddy, too. The daddy is running for something, okay, and she going to make sure that everybody know that the DA is all in conjunction with this judge and these corruption. So the DA drops the case. Annalise tells her to be free and go be the woman that she really is. Now the kids, you know, they still trying to figure out all these angles. They got the gay guy, the boyfriend, the Asian guy, hacking the adoption agency computers, and they find out that the aunt actually had an unknown child, and that she had been set up a bank somewhere and was taking care of him somewhere offshore. Ain't nobody knew about him. So now we wonder if maybe that is the person that is killing everybody off, because if then he would probably be next in line to get this inheritance. So this is good news, right? Maybe there's another person out there that could be a suspect. So score one more for Annalise. Annalise, okay? But you know, she still got Nate on her mind, so she cook up another peach cobbler, because that's what we black women do. We cooks up cobblers. She take it back over to his house. When she leaves it down there on the floor because he wouldn't open the door, he walks and opens the door while she's walking away, and he was just like, you think this is what I need? It's all your fault. You're the reason. You took away time from me and my wife while I was in jail. You set me up and all of this. I said, ain't this about a bitch? Now how quickly they forget that you was deep up in it. Okay, while your wife was sick, you and Annalise was doing quite a bit, and you didn't have no problem with the time that was being stolen from your damn sick ass wife. Okay, but now that she's not alive anymore, and we also find out that he's the reason why he gave her the pills, because I guess he was feeling guilty for seeing her suffer, but all of the shit that she's been through. But somehow he turns it all around on Annalise. I'm not saying that Annalise is innocent, but nigga, neither are you. They kill me with this mess on this show. Okay, she's walking out because after she done got fussed at by Nate, she sees Wes. Wes was, I guess, coming to see Nate, but when he sees her, you know, he rushes off. So she's like, oh Lord, now I got to go put this fool back together. So she goes to his apartment and she's trying to explain to him that she didn't kill Rebecca, okay? Of course, he doesn't believe it. She was just like, I wouldn't expect you to believe me. You don't believe any women. Women abandon you, like your mother. Your mother died and left you by yourself, and Rebecca left you, and now I'm leaving you, and everybody, you feel like everybody abandons you. And he's like, you don't know anything about my mother. My mother sacrificed and this and that and the other. And I was just like, nobody is still going to really question. I mean, like, pin it to her. Like, why do you know so much about me? I mean, it seems like it would be the natural curiosity in a person to be like, what the fuck do you know about my mama? Let's talk about that before we get through with this whole Rebecca thing. Like, why you keep on trying to pull my mama out the hat and tell me about her? But he don't say that. He's just going on and on. You know, she was just like, I didn't kill her. She left on her own. That's all I know. I wouldn't do anything like that, you know. So he was just like, well, you have got to start telling me everything. And she's just like, yes, I'll tell you everything. You know how Annalise can get into that, you know, oh my God, what am I going to do? In the meantime, Asher finds out that Annalise pulled out all of the stops and got the DA to drop the case, and now they're investigating all of the cases of corruption that he has been involved in from the start of his career. So he told Asher, you know what, like, I'm done with you, son. You done gave me way too many problems, opening up a can of worms. You on your own. Again, score another one for Annalise, honey. She just chalking them up. But the prosecutor tells Bonnie, like, okay, well, she won this round, but you know what? We found out something about Tiffany. Tiffany was gang raped. I said, who is Tiffany? But then I'm starting to wonder if Tiffany has something to do with Asher's case that we still don't know. So that was snuck in there. Unless I'm done forgot something that didn't happen in the past, you guys remind me. But don't you? I think that Tiffany gang rape case has something to do with Asher and maybe some of his frat boys then raped some girl. We gonna find out about that later. The gay guy Asian boyfriend. Sorry. Don't be mad at me that I don't remember the names, you guys. It's no disrespect. When I'm doing my notes, I ain't got time to be looking that shit up, okay? But you know who I'm talking about, right? Okay. You know, he's all intrigued with all that's going on. He don't know the full story, but he just kind of like likes all of this. So he tells the boyfriend, the Asian guy tells the boyfriend, like, you know what, I kind of still went back into the agency computer and I found out, you know, what the guy's name is and where he is. And not only that, I also hacked into his computer, and this is him. Okay, so they're actually looking at a still picture of the guy, and the boyfriend, the student, he's just like, are you crazy? You can't be doing things like that. Like, what if somebody finds out he's trying to talk to him? You guys, then it was real spooky. That shit kind of made me scared a little bit. The camera kind of flips around, and all of a sudden you see the guy, okay, the unknown child, the cousin, I guess, nephew, whatever he is actually watching them on the fucking computer. Okay, so they think that they are hacked into his computer, and actually he can see them live on the damn screen, you guys. So while he's trying to convince the Asian guy that he shouldn't have done this, old cousin, nephew, baby boy is watching them. You guys, I was just like, oh my God. So now old boy was like, I guess I'm gonna have to kill them too. And lastly, now that Annalise done let Nate, you know, wear her out, and then got Wes together, and she got all these victories, all she needs is to get rid of Rebecca's body. She talks to Frank on the phone. She's just like, I hope and pray that you done got rid of this body. And he says, I'm on it right now. So you see him out in the woods. He's unzipping a bag. He's getting the body out. It looks like he's about to bury the body. And then all of a sudden it gets a little strange in the photography, in the cinematography here, and then you see him carrying this girl over his shoulder. I'm looking, you know, and she's pretty limp. And I was going, this bitch done been dead for at least a couple of weeks. She wouldn't be all limp like this. And who would be carrying a bitch that's been dead and packed away in some bag sometime over their shoulder? I bet you she'd be stinking and shit and stiff and leaking and So I was just like, you know, what is, I know they ain't trying to pull this one on us now. I ain't even no damn criminologist, but I know that a bitch be stiff and stinking after they dead, right? So he puts the body on the ground, and then when the camera zooms in on the body, it's the Asian girl. She got blood spattered on her chest, on her stomach. So then you're like, oh my God, they done killed the damn Asian girl. So now you know that it's jumped back to the future. The next morning while the girl's laying there and the police is looking around, my thing is about to die. The Asian girl, she pops up. You know, she's just like, and then it ends. So we don't know what none of that shit meant. But yeah, y'all, it's crazy when my battery get dead, ain't it? I ain't fixing to plug it in because I'm already at the end of it. Don't you guys just love how to get away with murder? All right, you guys, this video's still too damn long. But let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Rox. The channel is for It's Rox. And everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So, I brought it back up on that ass. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. And I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.